Alexandria is with us in Canada. Hi, Alexandria. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
So my question for you is around housing. I'm looking to move, but having a difficult time deciding what to do. I'm 28 years old. I'm from Vancouver, Canada. I recently graduated with my degree, so I make $40 an hour now. I've been living on my own for 10 years, but before now, I've never made more than $35,000. I live in a very small, dark basement suite. There's no natural lighting, but it's what I could afford while I was in school. My rent was 50% of my income before, it's 25 now. But my housing situation is having a negative impact on my mental health. Again, it's just very dark and small, and it's really negatively impacting me, but I am not able to find anything else that seems like a smart choice financially. The cheapest basement suite I can find right now is $1,300. I currently pay $980. Moving to a different town seems silly because I make as much as you can make with my degree. And so if I moved somewhere else, I'm likely to make less money. I tried to get pre-approved for a mortgage, but my finances weren't high enough. I haven't made enough money. And so I just don't really know what to do. I feel like I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place. I can't find a rental that's feasible. I can't buy. Where I'm living right now is really making my mental health suffer. And I just don't know what to do.
So why are you looking at basement suites? Have you looked at just an apartment?
She lives in a basement suite.
Yeah, but you said you looked at another one, and they're $1,300.
Yeah, I mean, it's all the same. I would live anywhere.
Okay. Well, you make $40 an hour. Do you have any debt?
So I have student loans taken out, and I have $31,000, but I also have the full amount sitting in an investment right now. So
like in a brokerage account? It's non-retirement?
Yeah. So I have $35,595 in my investment right now, and I owe $31,681 in student loans. So I have like $4,000 technically. That's mine.
If you're going to cash out and pay those student loans off today?
I know that's what you would teach, but the investment's doing really well.
But you're broke.
I'm confused. Why did you call us for help if you don't do what we teach?
Because I am really interested in your advice about my housing situation specifically.
Well, the housing situation gets tied into your debt and how much money you have and how much margin you have. Could you afford this $1,300 in rent if you didn't have any debt?
No, even if I paid the student loan back, I think I'd still be in the same position because I'm just basing it off my income only.
Would you be willing to get a roommate?
I've had roommates before until the last year. I've lived on my own for 10 years, and I'm just really feeling like at this point in my life, I need to prioritize living on my own to ensure that I prioritize my wellness. I've lived with over like 40
roommates. Well, let me help you. Being broke is going to mess with your wellness too.
Yeah, it is.
So something's got to give here. You can't just make up your own rules and call it wellness. You can't. If you want to move out of the basement, I don't really blame you for that. But you're probably going to have a roommate, or you're going to move to a different city, and you're going to investigate what you can make in a different city where there's a lower market with real estate, but probably a lower market on wages is not necessarily wrong. What's your degree in?
Child and youth care counseling. So it's similar to social work.
Yeah. And it probably will not be dramatically different. If you move to a real estate market that is way cheaper, let's say 25% cheaper, I doubt your wages drop 25% in that marketplace. So I think you investigate working in a different city that's less expensive. Vancouver is one of the more expensive cities in the world. I mean, you're talking like New York City here, Chicago, Miami. These are L.A., San Francisco, Vancouver. It's on the list. Toronto, right? These are major metropolitan centers in the world and very, very expensive to live in. And childcare and social work area is probably very difficult to make a go of that. So you get to decide which of these things you're not going to do. But you can't do all of them just because you want to. So I'm not going to live in the basement. I am going to have a roommate, and I am going to move. Or I'm not going to live in the basement, and I'm not going to have a roommate, and I'm going to move even further out. You get to decide, but you don't get to make math up because and call it wellness. because being broke is also going to affect your wellness, your mental health. It's stressful. It's unbelievably anxiety-ridden. There's all kinds of problems around it. So, you know, I don't blame you for wanting to move out of the basement, but you can't put 73 boundaries on all this decision and still end up with a smart decision. That's what your pinch is. And you called up wanting our advice on stuff when you already don't take our advice, which is also illogical. So I don't know why our advice on real estate works when it doesn't work on the other stuff. So pay your stupid student loan off, get a roommate, and move to a rural community. But you're probably not going to do any of those.
Yeah, and I'm doing the math here, Dave, and if she's making $40 an hour and she's working full time, it's about $76,000 a year. So even after taxes, she can afford a $1,300 apartment if she got out of debt and if she had her money back with her. But she's doing it her way with her own plan, and I wish her the best. But it's not going to work out. And the wellness part, like you're mentioning, the best thing you can do for self-care is get yourself debt-free.
Well, and start putting reasonable boundaries in your life that are doable. You know, open loops are what bring anxiety, meaning decisions that are not made. Decisions where you leave things hanging in your brain that you don't have a loop on. You haven't closed the loop on it. You haven't made the call. Is the ambivalence is much more stressful than actual hard times. So pick your pain. You're going to have a roommate. You're going to move to a rural area. You're going to live in a basement. Pick your pain. Because one of them's coming, darling. Oh, the third one is financial problems. Pick your pain. One of those four is coming to you. You probably ought to decide that on purpose. That's what I would do. It's a lot less stressful, a lot better for your wellness. This is The Ramsey Show.